Hello and a very warm welcome to episode number 36 of the Successful Garden Design Show. And this is a very special episode because we're celebrating our 12th anniversary. And we're going to do that by looking back at some of the gardens that you've sent in after you've done our garden design courses. If you're frustrated your garden doesn't look as beautiful as it could, even though you've purchased lots of lovely plants, then help is at hand. Plants are not enough. You have to have a good design layout. And when you combine design with the beauty of plants, that's when the magic really happens. It's our mission here at Successful Garden Design to show you how to do it. And it's much easier than you may think. I'm Rachel Matthews and I've been a professional international garden designer for over 25 years and I teach garden design online. So unfortunately there isn't time to go through all the gardens that I've been sent in the last 12 years, so I've just picked a selection of some of my favourites that have been sent in from Successful Garden Design students after they've done our courses. Now this is a garden that lots of people love and it's from Ingrid in Ontario, Canada, and she was one of the first garden design students to send me feedback. As you can see, she's done a great little plan here, and what's particularly impressive is that Ingrid was 68 when she did the course, and she not only designed the garden herself but she did all the construction as well. And we've kept in touch over the years and she's very kindly sent me photos as the garden's developed, and they're in an absolutely stunning setting. And she also did as well as the Great Garden Formula to learn how to design, she also did the Plant Design Formula course as well. And as you can see, she's put everything she's learnt to really good use, and the garden is looking wonderful. And then we have Chris from the UK. She had a very boring garden that she transformed into a very beautiful space. As you can see, the planting looks lovely. It's amazing the difference it makes once the planting establishes around a good design. That's the key, getting the design right first and then the planting. So many people try and do it the other way round. Now these next few student gardens, I'm afraid I can't find their emails, so I don't know who they were, but they've done great jobs using computer-aided design software. Now you don't have to use design software, but some people like to. I personally prefer a pencil and paper because it's just so much easier, especially when you're first starting to learn design. And as you can see in this one, it's a very, very simple design, and they often are the best. And this one was a design plan that Gillian did for a competition to win a place in a well-known garden design school, but I don't think she needs it, judging by the look of that work, so very impressive. This is Sander's garden, and Sander is in Holland, and as you can see he had quite a boring blank canvas, but he's created interest with the hard landscaping layout, and then he's absolutely filled the space with lots of beautiful planting, and the pool is a beautiful focal point, and then he's got the garden furniture in the back, and as you can see the planting is gradually beginning to develop as the garden matures. So I hope at some point Sander will send me some updated pictures. It'd be lovely to see how it looks now. But already in its first 18 months, it's already really growing so well. He's done a great job with the planting there. Everything's really taken off, which is great in your first year. And then here we've got a long, narrow garden, and they can be really tricky because of their length and narrowness, but the design that's been done here does help break up that space and make it look larger. And another Successful Garden Design student favourite, and that's Wolfgang from Germany. Now I think he was one of our first students that to put his design through CAD. It's not something we teach here, he taught himself. As I say, pencil and paper is my preferred method because it is a big learning curve using CAD. But as you can see, he started out with this huge mound of soil, which would put most people off, but undeterred, Wolfgang not only did the design himself, but he also did all the work himself. And it took many weekends to transform this pile of soil into this beautiful contemporary garden.
and he's worked very hard over a long period of time to do this all himself. So he had no previous design experience whatsoever. So he did the Great Garden Formula course, and same one Ingrid did, and yeah, he's done a tremendous job. I hope he's very proud of all he's achieved, and it's great that he's kept in touch and sent me photos over the years. So the garden's matured beautifully. Now we leave Germany and head off over to Australia for Anne's garden. And they had a very boring front garden. As you can see, they've transformed it with a very beautiful and simple design that has just really brought a very dull space to life. So design doesn't need to be complicated to look good. In fact, the simpler you keep design, the better usually. And here's another quick one, very awkward shaped garden. Then it's not quite finished yet, but you can see it's coming along, and those curves just help take your eyes away from those awkward angles. And now another really well-loved garden design student is Sam. And Sam's gone on, after she completed the Great Garden Formula course, you can see her garden before and after, quite a transformation. She's gone on to do garden design professionally. So she's working for a very successful practice now and putting her talents to great use on a daily basis, which is lovely. We've had quite a lot of our students go on to do design professionally. And she also did, as well as the Great Garden Formula course, which is our main professional course, she also did the plant design formula, and again she's come up with some lovely combinations, really stunning. So I'm very pleased that Sam's done so well and is now helping other people create equally beautiful gardens. So if you've ever dreamed of becoming a garden designer, Sam is living proof that it's possible to completely retrain, and yeah, you can do this for a living as well. So I hope it's inspired you too. So Sam's in the UK, and now we head over to Spain, to Anna's garden, and quite a transformation. Again, a very small and awkward space, but she's really made the most of it with the landscaping layout. So here is the before, and this is what she's done with it. And now we leave Spain and head on over to South Africa for Zach's garden. Now Zach is a really passionate gardener, and he tried on his own for 7 years to do his garden, and he struggled. And then he discovered the Great Garden Formula, and then he came up with this really beautiful design, very creative. I love the swirls in it. And then he set about re-landscaping his garden for, I think this is the 5th time he's redone it, but he's keeping this one, I'm pleased to say. And yeah, he's done a lovely mix with the sweeping curves and then the sort of the wildflower look, and it's really, really beautiful, and such a transformation from just the grass with a few plants dotted around to a very, very inviting and usable space. And then from South Africa, we go to Costa Rica to visit Rebecca's garden, and she inherited, well, quite a monstrosity of a pool. And it would have been really expensive to dig it out and remove it all. So she decided she'd tackle it and beautify it. So really awkward shaped garden, L-shaped, and you can see this pool just dominates the space really badly. So she set around about completely redesigning it and doing the best with the space she's got, which is the fundamentals of good design. And as you can see, she's come up with a wonderful design that snakes around the garden and drawing the eye from side to side, which is what helps make the space look bigger. And although, yeah, that's an awkward shaped pond and you're never going to get rid of that aspect, she has made so much more with the rest of the garden that it draws your eye past that awkward pool and created a really beautiful and tranquil space. And Rebecca is another one of our successful garden design students that has gone on to do this professionally, and here's some other little projects that she has been involved in. And yeah, there wasn't garden design training available in Costa Rica, so it was great that she was able to hop online and do the Great Garden Formula course. And yeah, she, even in the tiniest spaces, it shows you what design can do. So well done, Rebecca. And as you can see from the rest of her work that, you know, she didn't miss out not being able to get to a traditional college. It just goes to show if you're determined to do something and you've got a passion for it, you can go for it. And garden design courses online work just as well as those in the flesh. And here's some more gardens. Now, I can't remember who this one was, but I think she was a professional garden designer. This one certainly was. Tessa did our Great Garden Formula course, and then she's gone on to do design professionally, and she's done some lovely work. So I'm very pleased that anyone that goes through our Great Garden Formula course gets to such a high level. But it is a very intensive course, so it's our biggest course, and to go through it fully you need at least a month, whereas the other courses can be done in a week. But we take you to a master level in the Great Garden Formula course, although it was created initially for homeowners, so if you've got no garden design experience, that's no problem. But it soon became apparent that professionals wanted to enhance their existing skills. And now back to the UK for a keen amateur. This is Barbara's garden, and she's completely transformed it with some beautiful landscaping, and they've got stunning views. So the garden needed to make sure it made the most of the space and those views, and definitely Barbara has achieved that, and here it's on a year later. So her garden is looking wonderful now. And then back to Australia for New South Wales, and we've got Pamela's garden, and she's got a very empty blank canvas which was transformed into a beautiful simple design that really flows well and gives plenty of a space for the dogs to have a run around. And we're on our last few gardens. This is Jude's garden, and she's done an amazing job with the transformation. Sorry, the picture's a bit blurry. And then on to Karen's garden, and quite a long garden, and they've really taken on board the design and really gone for the shapes and have made the most of their space. They had some quite awkward levels to tackle, and yeah, some really beautiful landscaping there. And for our final garden, this is Margaret and David's garden. You can see they started out with just a square of lawn, and this is what David transformed it into. Now, we started out this video with Ingrid's garden, and she was 68. I'm afraid, Ingrid, David has beaten you. He was 80 when he did this. So I'm going to feature this garden on the blog a bit more. The dog is supervising. I have one that likes to supervise, and I think the dog is very as impressed as I am. David has done a tremendous job with his gardens. So it just goes to show age is no excuse not to do your garden. So I don't know about you, but I find all of the gardens that we featured today and all of the people that have just learnt the principles and gone on and done it to be really, really inspiring.
So it was always my highest hope that these courses would really help people achieve their dream garden, but I must admit, I've been absolutely blown away over the years by the results people have got, all by themselves, having gone through the course and just applying the principles. And that's the key. We teach a formula here at Successful Garden Design. It's all about getting the right layout that suits your size and shape garden. That really is the trick to it all. Now, if you haven't already, I do recommend that you check out, we've got 3 free web classes that you can attend that show you the overarching principles and give you an overview of what's in our courses. And talking of courses, to help celebrate our 12th anniversary, we've got some great offers on. So just head on over to successfulgardendesigner.com/12 and you can pick up one of our special offers available until the 10th of October 2021. And also do check out our other videos on YouTube, although I don't recommend you go back to the really early ones because they were very, very wooden. Although I must admit, I do miss that soft focus camera. Such a shame it broke. Never mind. Anyway, I do look forward to seeing you at one of our courses soon, and do please keep sending in your gardens. It really is the best part of my job to see what you've been able to achieve after doing the courses. So until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Over the last 12 years after you've done our garden design course. You have to keep doing that. Will you go away? Stinky dog. You really don't help. Just go and do anything other than what you're doing now.